The video is pretty much going to have 4 parts. The first part being getting down to it and explaining what exactly you're going to need to make the magic happen. Second part is breaking down all the individual parts that you're going to need. Third part is tools, what exactly you need to make it happen. I'm going to try to make it as cheap as possible. The bare minimum of what you're going to need to get it done. And the fourth part is me doing the installation with you guys and how to actually do it once you have all the parts and you're getting inside the scooter to install the new parts. So these are pretty much the main parts you're gonna need. It's the Y splitter. This is what's gonna connect both batteries in parallel. It's kind of difficult to see here, but there's 2 connections here and 1 down here. This turns into a Y, turns into 2 connectors, makes 1 into 2. This is where it's gonna be connected to the controller. You want this connected to the controller. The controller, once you open it up, and I'll explain it a little bit more in depth later in the video, but this is currently, the main battery is what's currently connected to the controller. You're gonna be unplugging this, connecting your Y parallel cable here, and it's splitting it off. From that split off, this Y split off, you're going to be connecting your extension. The extension is going to be running from where the controller's at, all the way down the chassis, down the neck of the scooter, and out. That way you can connect your exterior battery. It's pretty simple for me, difficult for you guys, right? So ignore all this other shit. I had an idea where I wanted to have a shut-off switch, that way I can shut off the main battery, connect the secondary battery, and just run off the second battery. Didn't work out, whatever. You're gonna pretty much need these parts, and obviously the main course, which is the battery. This is a X160 off of Chiron. It's the 48 volt Chirons. No one likes these. First thing everyone did was upgrade to a 60 volt or 72 volt system. That's why it's so easy to get these, and that's why these are so cheap. Well, one man's trash is another's treasure, right? So this is treasure for us because the scooters are 48 volts. I'm going to be using this. You guys can obviously use whatever batteries you guys want. It's pretty much the same shit. It's in an aluminum casing. It works out perfect. You got your positive and your negative right out there. It has a monitoring system. It's all in one package. It's 20 amp hours, huge fucking battery. I mean, it's a little big, but whatever. It's what I want to do and how I made it happen. You guys can pick and choose what you want exactly for your guys' exterior battery. It can be a Chinese battery, it can be whatever else, but if you're gonna go out and build something like this, it's gonna easily cost you over $1,000, and I don't got $1,000. I got $250. So, and this is my $250 right here. All right, so that pretty much concludes what exactly you're gonna need. Right now we're gonna go down to the breaking down the little individual parts. This is if you're making everything by hand, if you're making the splitters by yourself without ordering them, or making the extension yourself. I made everything myself. Whatever you see is what I made. I will supply links to where you can buy everything individually. The extension cord is about 20 inches. So 20 inches. Extension cord is 20 inches, about 21, 22, around there. You can order a 2-foot just to be safe. You're gonna need the XT90 connectors to start out with. Make sure you get the AMAS brand. It's gonna say AMAS. You can probably not see that, but it's gonna say AMAS on them. You can pretty much use any male or female connector, but I went with the no spark XT90s. It's exactly what it says. It's a no spark. What tends to happen with these big amp hour batteries is that when you go out and connect them, there's a big spark. With these, there's no spark. It's beautiful. I've tested them and they do work. If you want to be able to connect your batteries again and again and again with no spark, this is what you want. Cable. I recommend a 10 gauge cable. I think this is a 14 and this is a 12. Ideally you want 10 gauge wire. It doesn't matter what color it is, as long as you can differentiate the positive and negative. I bought black and negative. I bought this on Amazon, pretty good cable. I think this is a 12 gauge. This will work fine. Ideally you want 10, order 10. I made it happen with these because this is what I had on hand. You can order these on Amazon, or you can go to your auto parts store. I know Advance Auto has these. If you don't want to order them, you can go to Advance Auto. They're like $14 a roll. You need obviously some zip ties. That way you can make everything look nice and tight and pretty and put it back to how it was. You're gonna want shrink wrap. This is not the right size, but actually no, it is the right size. This is what you're gonna need to make everything look pretty. If you have any exposed wires, you can run this into the cable. If you are gonna do exactly what I am doing with this X60 battery, you're gonna need this. It's not 100% needed, but it's gonna help with being able to unplug from this plug. It's called a Supra connector. What I did was it was a little bit of a crude option, but I directly soldered off of these connections. Ideally you want a female and male connector, that way you can take off and on, or if down the road this breaks, you can replace it and just replace the connection off the cable. So these Supra connectors is what you want. I'm going to open it up real quick. So this is what they look to have. These you break these in half, I think, and you have your little tablets and your male and females, and that's what you're going to use to at least connect to the Chiron battery. That's if you want to make it nice and pretty. So parts, tools. So what you want for tools, you're obviously going to want some sort of wire stripper. That way you can strip the wire. That way you can solder it. You're going to need a soldering machine or gun. I ordered this one off of Amazon. Pretty cheap. I think it was like 30 bucks, 27 bucks. Works a treat. It's really good. You want a wire that you can manage and melt pretty easily. You don't want it to be too difficult. If it's too thick, it's not going to melt. You can look up a tutorial on how to actually solder and learn. I recommend learning and buying this stuff. Once you have this stuff, you can use it for future projects. But if you really want to not do all this and buy all this, then just order it. I know there's a lot of shops out there who can make this stuff for you guys pretty cheaply. Obviously you're gonna need flux. This is like a paste. This is what you're gonna use to be able to stick that wire to that brass or connector, that brass connector. So you're gonna also need a blowtorch, right? Blowtorch. This is what's gonna shrink this wrap, make it small and tight. If you see it's shrinking, there's a glue inside of it too, and it's you're gonna be able to use that glue to stick to that wire. So you're also gonna need a Allen wrench. This is a socket, but an Allen wrench is it's a L Allen wrench, and you're gonna need a 3 millimeter to undo the undercover of the scooter. Alrighty guys, so you're gonna flip the bike over, fold it in half, put it on the table. That's what I recommend. Once you have it folded and on a table, you're gonna undo the undercover. You're gonna use your 3 millimeter Allen wrench to take off all the screws. Take off the plate. Once you take off the plate, this is how the inside is gonna look. You're gonna have your battery, your controller, and this is your internal charger for the battery. Now we're gonna go to the controller. You're gonna unplug the main battery from the controller. It's going to be a big yellow connector. You're going to unplug that, plug in your new Y cable here, and connect the main battery of the scooter to one end. Connect your extension on the other. This is obviously the extension that's going to come out, and it connect to your external battery. So once you have that Y cable and extension installed, this is how it should kind of look like. You want to pinch these cables with zip ties all the way down here. It should not look like this, at least here. You should be able to pinch this because that cover, there's a channel that on that cover that lets this cable run down to the controller. If you have it spread out here, it ain't gonna work. It's gonna pinch. You don't want that. You want to get this nice and tight. Put another little zip tie there. Reapply your foam tape. Down here is a silicone little thing that they did, obviously to prevent maybe water or hold down these cables. We're gonna open a little gap here. That way we can run the new cables, the new extension, down to the neck. You have to make that little space. That way that cover is making that seal. Once you run this cable down the neck, now we're gonna go to the neck. Alrighty, so now we're going to the neck of the scooter. You're gonna undo both of these little screws here to get the fast charger out of the way. That way we can run our cable down and out. Pretty simple. Once you have it there, what you want to do is cut a little notch here for this supercharger port. It's the only way to close this back up and put both screws back. So you're gonna need to find yourself either a zip tie cutter or some type of cutter to cut this little notch out. That way this cable can come out for the exterior battery. That's the only way you're gonna be able to close this up. The reason why I did it down here is that just in case you get some type of leakage or water, you don't want the hole up here. That water's gonna come in, you want it down here. That way if it does come, it won't go into the scooter. So that's pretty much it. Wrap it back up, close up the scooter with the 3mm Allen key, and you're good to go. So alrighty guys, so just to finish off, I'm gonna explain to you guys some important warnings. If you guys end up soldering your guys' own cables, your own extension, your own Y cable, make sure that you're paying attention to the negative and positive to everything. You don't want to cross anything, negative to positive or positive to negative. You will pop something, you will fry something, go up in smokes. I've done it before, and most of the time you fry the whole system, you fry the whole controller, so please be cautious. These XT connections, if you're not, you have to pay attention every time you're connecting them, because if you can potentially force, it's happened to me before where you can potentially force it the other way around on these XT 90 connectors, and you can because of the prongs, the actual connection brass connectors in that actual connection are so long out, you can shove it in quick, and sometimes you can cross them by accident if you're not paying attention to how you're inputting the cable. So it's very important that you pay attention every time you're disconnecting and connecting the battery, because you will pop a fuse. Thankfully, this main battery does have a fuse. I don't know about the bike. I have not seen, honestly, I haven't seen any easy access fuses. So if you pop a fuse on this scooter, you might be fucked. Everything is sealed. The controller charger, everything is sealed with epoxy. Segway has made it where they really don't want you to fuck with this scooter. I don't know why, but everything is epoxy. You can't open it up and see what's going on in the controller or in the battery and anything. So they really don't want you to fuck with it. And if you do pop something, you might need to order a new part. Parts are most likely going to be a bitch and a half to order, especially with all the tariffs with exporting and everything. I think it's going to be a minute until we see parts for these scooters. I hope not. Maybe I'm wrong, whatever. But try not to fry it. Another important thing about the secondary battery that we're installing in the X160, for some reason the scooter loves running that battery, eating up that battery before the main battery of the scooter. So you're gonna need to disconnect the battery once it hits a certain point, 10%, because I did see that the scooter wanted to kill this the X160 battery. Maybe there is maybe the X160 has some type of prevention to not allow that, maybe some shut off once it hits 0%, but this battery wanted to hit that battery to 0%. So to prevent that, any problems with killing the battery, once it gets to 10%, check it every once in a while, see what percentage you're at. I know this X160 will flash once it hits, the LCD screen will flash 10%. And I will see that right away. So I would unplug it once it hits that 10%, that way you're not killing the battery. You'll have about 30% left off the main scooter battery once you unplug the X160, is what I concluded off of the testing I did. And that's pretty much it for warnings. One last warning. You see where the battery is being hung off of, that's a heavy ass fucking battery. So if you can see the hook, it's like, it says it's rated for like 5 kilograms. So you know, it's held up so far. It's a pretty strong ass hook, but just have that in the back of your head. You know, if you can't be jumping this scooter or doing anything fancy. This is mainly a commuting type of setup. If you're jumping this shit, most likely that hook is gonna break. You know, it's rated for, supposedly Segway has rated for 5 kilograms. This is fucking nothing. It's like, you know, 10, 15 pounds. That battery weighs easily 20 pounds. So, you know, if you're gonna run this system, don't be doing no jumping. That way that hook doesn't break. And that's pretty much the last warning I have for you guys. So you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching.